Hello, Rosebuds. Hello. Welcome back to the channel. Rosebuds that are returning. If you are new here, this is your first time seeing my face, my name is Kimberly Ann. Welcome to the Rose Garden. I create content to help people transform and pull themselves out of a dark place, just like I had to do for myself. And I basically make these videos from a place of my own story and my own lessons and things that I have had to learn for myself on my journey, okay? I have 3 daughters, 4 nieces. I leave these breadcrumbs for them so then they know how to navigate when they reach the same threshold. Okay. Oh my goodness. How is everybody today? Excuse me. Today is 9/25/25. And this house, they are redoing this house right here, and it is so beautiful. Today is 9/25/25. And today is just like real calm, serene. Oh my, what's happening? Real calm, real serene. The energy just feels still, very still. And that ain't even why I got on here, but I'm just saying like how things are feeling right now. Things feel pretty calm, and I'm glad. I don't know if this is the calm before the storm or the calm after the storm. But we will all find out. We will all see. In today's message, and I thought about this last night while I was at work, so y'all know I always keep my little notes, and I made sure to pull it out my boob before I did it on camera. But I want to talk to y'all about your self-love and how you reflect or mirror it or expect for it to be mirrored back to you from the people around you or the people in your life. I have been guilty of this, and I know many women that I've come across and helped have been guilty of the same thing. And I just want to talk about that and how it affects how we choose people, because I think a lot of us look at folks how we would treat them. We don't look at folks based on like their actual value. And I know for sure I was guilty of that. And I always kind of equate back over to my dad, because my dad is one of those people. He'll treat you, point a finger, you ain't doing X, Y, Z, 1, 2, 3. You can't do for me when I did for you. Very, very transactional. But then the moment, or should I say, let me put it this way. That's the reaction he has after he's like doing something for you, but expecting something in return, right? And he'll do, but he doesn't realize if someone else's ability is not in them to do as much as he does, he gets angry and he discards them. That's what my dad does. I know it's not intentional. Oh my God, look at their hardy moms. That is so pretty. I know it's not intentional, but at the same time, it's hurtful, because he's the type, if you don't agree to what he says and you don't do what he think you should be doing, he'll stop talking to you. Like my daddy cutoff game is cool to a point, depending on who it is. I think mine's is stronger, but we won't go there. So I'm talking to the ladies who get with these guys, and because if they were dating themselves, they would want to treat themselves a certain way based on how they treat people. And a lot of times that sets us up for failure in these various relationships, because we don't want to hold that person accountable for their actual behavior. No, we want to believe that they're going to be how we want them to be or how we are, and they're really not. So the reason why I'm tying this into self-love is because a lot of women, and let me speak from my own experience. For me, I had to change the way I loved on myself. So then it helped to transform the way I entered connections and how I interacted within the connections that I was already in. When I finally stopped and looked, okay, Kim, how do you treat yourself? And I had to stop and look like, you know what? I really don't protect myself for real. I do leave myself open for these different attacks and stuff because I am not holding myself accountable for really paying attention to how that person is. I'm literally shining my light on them, expecting for them to shine like me. And that's not the case. So when I started doing new self-love practices, I started doing them from a place of if I was a child. So I treated myself, or I shouldn't say treated, but I protected myself and would do self-love practices for myself as if I was doing it for my daughters. And I would talk to myself like, Kim, you shouldn't do that. Or Kim, are you really happy with that situation? Is that situation really fulfilling? That was my self-love journey. It started there, to the point that now I've gotten to a point where every Friday I pick one thing to do with myself to go on a date. And if I decide to date any man, they have to they don't have to treat me the way I do, but I compare their communication and their treatment to how I've been treating myself. And that's why I'm tying that into self-love, because that is part of self-love, is being able to treat yourself a certain way and then compare how you treat yourself to the people that are around you. And if it don't align, baby, it gotta go. And that's how I started living my life. And that has made it so much easier for me to walk away from situations that do not serve me. Walk away from people, period. Hang up. Not go toe-to-toe with a man who's irate like it was with my dad. I was able to not go back and forth because I literally talked to myself within the moment like, Kim, you know how he is. Don't go back and forth. You can't change him. He's an old dog. You can't change him. I'm not calling my daddy a dog, but you get what I'm saying. Old dogs. Can't teach an old dog new tricks. But you know how he is. Don't go back and forth. And then it hit me like, oh my God, you literally, went and talked to your kids and said the same thing to your kids. So you have to give yourself that love, the same love that you give your children or your pets or somebody else important in your life. It could be nieces and nephews. You want to turn around and give yourself that same compassion, protective love. And that is where a lot of women, I think, are missing it at in regards to the self-care journey. So yeah, self-love, self-care journey. When people say self-love, I know for a lot of women that I've interacted with, you say self-love to them, they equate it to pedicures, manicures, hair done, massages. And I'm like, no, baby, it's way deeper than that. Like, you only scratching the surface. You're scratching the superficial crap that, at the end of the day, having your hair and nails done didn't make that man be right for you. So why would that be of importance for self-love? Like, you got to start deep. Like, what you want to instill in your children. Now, not to get shallow, there's a lot of women out here that they don't give a crap what they instill in their children. I know, because I work with kids who parents, you could clearly tell, just did not care. And it sucks. Because a lot of them are really great kids. They just have the wrong parental guidance. But I just wanted to talk about that. Like, it was weighing on me, and I was like, damn, Kim, you really changed how you love yourself and how you coach yourself and how you hold yourself accountable. And now you're not entering in the shallow relationships. Like, it's so funny because just like I would protect my kids and notice, like, hey, I don't think he for you. He's pretty shallow, or he's not accountable, or this, that, and the other. I'm noticing it for myself. And I'm talking to guys, I'm like, yeah, he ain't it. That's a negative. Like, there was a guy who was enticing me to go for ice cream on Friday. Now, one is fall. I don't know why ice cream was the dessert of choice. And then I was like, sure, that's fine. He was like, you want me to set it up? And I was like, yes, I do, please. So, he come back and he was like, all right, I'm going to set it up, and I'm going to put in some temptation in there. You think you can handle that? Blocked. Unmatched and blocked. Because when I set up a date for myself, I don't turn around after getting myself geeked up and turn around and try to make it sexual. I don't do that. I go out to enjoy me. This is a big, beautiful yellow tour bus. My God. I know y'all seen it just right past. But I don't do that. I literally set up the date to go and experience me. Like, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to go do this Friday for myself. I think I want to go to a musical or something. That's what I'm thinking about going to do. But I'm just like, I know now what self-love is. It's so deep. It's so deep. I don't know how much to express it to y'all. It is so deep. But I didn't want to be on here too long. I be trying to make these short, and then sometimes I don't. But yeah, I just want to talk about self-love. Don't look at self-love as so superficial. Look at self-love as if you were your own child, how would you guide yourself through different situations? That is self-love. How would you guide yourself through different situations? I say to them, like I told my dad, I teach my babies from a place of understanding and love. I don't teach them from fear. I don't teach them from trauma and drama, because that's not love. That's not love. That's actually trauma bonding. It's not love at all. Like, I wouldn't teach a newborn baby. I wouldn't whoop on a newborn baby. Like, and I feel like it needs to be carried past the point they can start talking back. You just have to probably be a little bit, more stern with them as they get older. But yeah, you gotta do the same thing for yourself. You gotta reparent yourself. That you gotta give yourself the love that you wish your parents had gave you, and stop trying to give it to other people hoping that they'll return it. They're not. You have to use your discernment to pick people based on their substance, based on the fruit that they bear. Don't pick them based on how you love, based on how you wish you could be loved. Don't do that, because you'll be let down. You're basically putting a what is it called? Oh my God, I'm having a brain fart. Expectation on a connection, and that's making that a connection based on conditions. That's making it transactional, versus when you really want a connection that's deep and y'all just know, y'all just vibe, and y'all just get each other. A lot of women don't realize you literally are creating your own stipulation. Hold on one second, I'm gonna order me something. I think I'm gonna give me a caramel ribbon crunch today. I think.
Thank you for coming to the Starbucks. Fucking open today.
May I have a caramel ribbon crunch and a grande, 2 shots of blonde espresso, please?
Gotcha.
And then a baked apple croissant.
We're currently out of the baked apple croissant, unfortunately.
Oh my God, they've been out of them for a week.
No, we just had them. No, we just had them. Don't do us like that.
Oh, okay, I'm
just had them. They sell out fast now. Like,
damn.
Yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm hurt. Can I get a butter croissant then?
You said a butter croissant?
Yep, warmed.
Yeah, I got you.
Thank you.
Close your eyes and you believe it could be
Girl, I'm trying to tell you. I'm going to manifest that apple taste. I got you.
We'll definitely have it tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So, yeah. You, stop trying to date these men from the expectation of how you going to love them. A lot of them aren't capable. Like, I realized when talking to my father, and I actually ended up having a conversation with my mom. I forgot to tell y'all this. Yesterday, I had a conversation with my mom yesterday morning, and I was telling her, like, Mom, it just dawned on me how traumatized Dad is. Like, Dad is really traumatized. She's like, yeah, he is. He's been through a lot. And I'm like, however, it does not excuse his behavior towards people. She's like, no, you're right. You're right. And it's so humbling to watch my mom just realize how damaged of a man she's tied herself to. And I know now why my mother said to me, I commend you for being able to leave. And it didn't really hit me right away until, as these new experiences are happening during this little transitional phase that I'm in. But the little things my mom has said, and I'm like, dang, my poor mother, like, no wonder she's saying what she's saying. No wonder she's doing this and doing that. But I'm about to get my food, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Hit like, subscribe, and share with someone who needs this message. Bye, Rosebuds.